Fox News alert. The House just voted to end the government shutdown, and President Trump is set to sign the bill later, and it's going to be official within the next hour, which means Chuck the Palestinian better pray to Allah, because the cross-legged Messiah is about to strike him down with lightning. Barack's disciples are storming the Capitol and want Chuck's head on a silver platter. The Obama pod bros are accusing Schumer of a shutdown cover-up.
Chuck Schumer is Tim Robinson in the hot dog costume, saying, like, we're all trying to figure out who did this. He voted against the bill, sure, but I think he orchestrated it with senators he knew were going to retire who weren't up. And I don't believe this spin for a second.
Wow. The Obama boys say Chuck E. Cheese orchestrated the cave job. And now Schumer's gone into hiding.
Did you give them tacit permission, but you're afraid to tell the public that? Or do you genuinely have no control over what the members of your caucus do? Now, I think it is likely the former, which means why not just tell the truth?
Schumer lost control of his party the same way Biden did. Remember, Barack sent his pod bros out to start the Biden coup, so this is deja vu. Obama even has his cross-legged disciple getting in on the beatdown all the way from the Brazilian rainforest.
I'm not pleased that in the face of this invasive species that is Donald Trump, who's completely changed the rules of the game, that we're still playing by the old rules of the game.
The Obama wings throwing Chuck to the wolves. Nancy's got one high heel out the door. The auto pen's retired to Delaware. Without Barry's protection, the commies are about to feast. AOC licking her chops.
There's no one vote that ended this shutdown. We are talking about a coordinated effort of 8 senators with the knowledge of Leader Schumer voting to break with the entire Democratic Party in exchange for nothing.
Cortez just accused the most powerful Democrat in Washington of being a sneaky little rhymes with itch. This would never happen between Nancy and Chuck. But Hips has lost control. He can't control his caucus, and Chuck can't control his. Now the squad's throwing around the B word.
I think people understand what a betrayal this is to not be able to go back with a victory.
Do you think the Senate Democrats need a new leader?
Yes, I do. But that's not in my hands, so that's up to them.
Chuck went from hero to zero. A couple weeks ago, he sounded like John Gotti.
Donald Trump and the Republican Party are hell-bent on taking health care away from 60 million people. The Democrats have 3 words for this. No way. It's literally life or death.
Chuck went from no effing way to, yeah, whatever. If you're going to talk like that, you better back it up. Ask anybody. Someone runs their mouth and then gets on the court and gets put on a poster, you got to leave the gym forever. The spineless senator's losing support from all sides. Even Biden world is giving him the hook.
That guy was fiery. There was ominous music. He swore. I mean, there was a lot in that video. What happened to that guy?
It was fake, Jen. You didn't know that was fake? When a 74-year-old Jewish senator suddenly starts cursing like a sailor, it's an act to save his backside from the left. Karma's ain't it? Schumer helped coup Joe, and now it's his turn. With Chuck already bruised and busted, Barry, Biden, and the Bolsheviks are pummeling him till the bell rings.
If you're the leader, like, you're supposed to be able to keep the caucus together on something like this. That's sort of a test of leadership. And, I don't think he has that kind of support right now. I definitely don't think we should have Chuck Schumer. And if 27 rolls around and we somehow have the Senate.
They're not even waiting for AOC to run against him. The Chicago boys want Schumer demoted. That means leave your big fancy office now. You can't be minority leader anymore if you can't lead. Barack thought one coup would work, and now he's realizing they all have to go. But just like Joe Biden, the longer Schumer holds out, the worse it gets. The lesbians have left the building.
I'm done. I'm done. I am your base. I have voted for Democrats for 40 years. I am a lesbian with a Black, disabled, non-binary child, and I worked in an abortion clinic. I am your base, and I'm done.
A lesbian with a Black, disabled trans baby? and she works in an abortion shop. If you've lost her, it is over. Democrats are reliving the Biden nightmare. Now the media is asking, do you have confidence in Chuck Schumer's leadership?
Do you have confidence in Schumer's leadership?
Yes, I do. I voted for him. He's a good leader. And the notion that Chuck Schumer should be able to control or corral Senate Democrats is sort of laughable. I don't need his permission to do what's right for Virginia.
Schumer has managed to do the impossible. He's lost clout in the Senate, and he's lost his base. Now the traitorous eight is in the crosshairs. The so-called nipple Nazis calling for regime change.
The Democratic Party at the leadership level has really just become entirely feckless. It is the fact that it is just an element of leadership that is in control of the party at this moment in history that is failing to do any of those things. And we got to get rid of them. They have to go.
You know who agrees with the so-called nipple Nazi? The Congresswoman from Queens, who was told by Nancy Pelosi years ago not to make mischief inside the tent. But Nancy's out of commish. So AOC put the word out to every Bolshevik in America, run, Forrest, run.
This problem is bigger than one person, and it actually is bigger than the minority leader in the Senate. We actually do have Senate elections this year, and my hope is that people across this country actually participate in their primary elections in selecting their leadership.
The commies want to wave a hammer and sickle in every district. Bernie said it, 40 senators are just too moderate. He wants them primaried and gonzo. Same thing in the House. Jerry Nadler has soiled his last trouser and isn't running for re-election. So JFK's grandson wants a seat. And let's just say he's not giving Camelot.
I was a bad boy this weekend. I did some really bad stuff. I can't wait to tell you guys about it later. That's Jay Powell, Janet Yellen, Pitbull.
He's 32, and his only real job was working for Vogue. He's as qualified as Mondami, so why not? This is what the Democrat Party's turning into. The Kennedys are putting on lipstick, and the new Messiah wears a pantsuit.
Jasmine Crockett is actually what the Democrats should be leaning into, because she is a phenomenal messenger. And some people just got it. Like, some people just have a different anointing on them. She is the most effective messenger that the Democratic Party has right now, and they need to be using her as a Trojan horse.
I don't think Charlemagne knows what a Trojan horse is. Crockett's supposed to jump out of the Trojan horse, not be one. Anyway, but Trader Kane's putting lipstick on a pig.
It doesn't seem like some of the party is just angry about this. It seems like this is ripping the party apart at a time where it felt like the party was coming back together post-elections.
Can I just say, ripping the party apart? I think you're over-dramatizing this. I mean, I know the news business is to try to make everything like the biggest crisis.
Did Kane just say a woman was being dramatic? Careful, buddy. You're already on thin ice. Hips isn't calling it a crisis either. He says the shutdown was a win.
Over the last several weeks, we have elevated successfully the issue of the Republican health care crisis, and we're not backing away from it.
If this was a win, why does everybody want Schumer's head to roll? Democrats are in such a free-for-all. All they could do to distract from the Schumer shutdown cover-up is leak Epstein emails. So they're going to force a vote to release everything the government has on Jeffrey Epstein.
We need to respect tribal sovereignty in our environment. We need to stand up for LGBTQ+ rights, because that's what the American people expect us to do. Fight for them. That is why I will sign the discharge petition right now to release the Epstein files.
Democrats are fighting harder for the Epstein files than they did to pay the troops. And the House just got their hands on about 20,000 Epstein emails. And what's the first thing Democrats did when they woke up? They leaked 3, just 3, out of 20,000, and it backfired.
Did the president ever spend hours at Jeffrey Epstein's house with a victim? These emails prove absolutely nothing other than the fact that President Trump did nothing wrong. I think it's a question worth asking the Democrat Party, and you should all go ask them after this briefing, of why they chose to redact that name of a victim who has already publicly made statements about her relationship with Jeffrey Epstein and is unfortunately no longer with us.
That's right. Democrats redacted a woman's name and called her victim, but the victim's dead. Her name is Virginia, and she already testified under oath that Trump did nothing wrong. What a sleazy leak while they're shutting down the government to give illegal aliens health care. They're all getting paid. They're all allowed to insider trade. These are the kinds of swampy tactics that make us lose all respect for these freaks. They create a crisis, so no one gets paid, people can't eat, and no one can fly. And now they're like, oh, here's a fake Epstein email. What a joke.
Hey, Sean Hannity here. Hey, click here to subscribe to Fox News YouTube page and catch our hottest interviews and most compelling analysis. You will not get it anywhere else.